Mahyla Roth, The Sensational Rise of Costa Rica's New Beauty Queen, a cinematic docudrama. I am your host Hamza Sabir, and you are watching Mr. Darkman TV. Stay with us till the end of this inspiring and thrilling story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more sensational real-life stories like this. It is a story that feels almost too cinematic to be true. A young girl from the quiet, sun-drenched Caribbean town of Cahuita, born and raised amid the rhythms of reggae, the pulse of Afro-Caribbean traditions, and the soft whispers of ocean winds, has just written her name into the history books of international beauty. At just 25 years of age, Mahyla Roth has been crowned Miss Universe Costa Rica 2025, and now, the world watches as she prepares to carry the weight of her nation's pride to the glittering global stage of the 74th Miss Universe Pageant in Bangkok, Thailand. Her story didn't begin under the bright lights or within the glitz of pageant stages. It began humbly, in Limón province, where Mahyla first learned about beauty not from magazines or makeup tutorials, but from the strength of the women around her, women who juggled motherhood, work, and dignity like queens long before anyone handed them a crown. From her earliest years, she dreamed not merely of crowns but of making her community proud, of standing for something bigger than herself. Yet even fairy tales demand their share of struggle. Mahyla's first steps onto a stage came at the age of 7 at small-town talent shows, school contests where the lights were dim, but her ambitions burned bright. While many of her peers drifted away from such dreams, Mahyla's passion only intensified. By her early 20s, she had carved a name for herself as one of Costa Rica's most promising beauty queens. In 2020, she represented her nation at Miss International, securing a coveted top 15 spot. And in 2022, she climbed higher still, landing among the top 8 finalists in a dazzling display of confidence and poise. But 2025 would demand more from her than mere beauty. It demanded resilience, transformation, and fearlessness. When Mahyla Roth returned to the pageant world in early 2025, she was no longer just a pretty face with a runway walk. She was now a scholar of sociology and business administration, a fierce advocate for environmental causes, and a voice for her people's rich Afro-Caribbean heritage. Her journey through the Miss Universe Costa Rica selection wasn't smooth. In the preliminary gala of May 2025, her costume, inspired by Limon's vibrant folklore, placed third in the Best Fantasy Costume category. A commendation, but far from victory. Still, she pushed forward, her confidence undeterred. The national competition was a battle of more than gowns and smiles. It was a war of endurance, intellect, and charisma. Costa Rica's history in Miss Universe had been modest, marked by sporadic success, a top 15 finish in 1954, top 10 in 2004, 2011, and 2018. The expectations were crushing, and the spotlight intense. Mahyla stepped onto the final stage carrying not only her dreams but the aspirations of generations of women from her coastal roots who had never before been granted such a platform. On July 17, 2025, the night of the grand coronation, drama unfolded worthy of a cinematic climax. The live audience held its breath. Fans had their favorites, judges had their criteria, and whispers of backstage politics, of last-minute favoritism and clandestine alliances buzzed like static beneath the glitter. Other contestants faltered under the weight of it. One fainted. Another fumbled through her speech. The chaos seemed designed to break spirits. But Mahyla stood tall, her poise unshaken, her smile radiant. When her name was finally called, crowned beneath a rain of golden confetti and a roar of applause, it wasn't just a coronation, it was vindication. Mahyla Roth, the girl from Cahuita, had beaten the odds. But this victory wasn't just personal. It marked a seismic shift in the narrative of beauty, power, and representation for her country. Mahyla wasn't just representing Costa Rica, she was representing the evolution of the modern beauty queen, educated, socially conscious, deeply rooted in heritage, and unafraid to use her voice for change. Her victory echoed through social media, news outlets, and fan forums across Latin America. Costa Rican headlines screamed, "From the shores of Limón to the universe, Mahyla Roth is our queen." Behind the glitz, Mahyla remained grounded. She continued her work advocating for environmental protection, particularly focused on Costa Rica's fragile coastal ecosystems. She spoke openly about mental health, the pressures of perfection, and the need for young women to find their worth beyond societal expectations. In interviews, she reflected on the double-edged sword of beauty culture. It's not the crown on your head that makes you powerful. It's the battles you fight to get there. Now, as Mahyla prepares for November 2025 in Bangkok, the stakes rise higher. The world will watch. Critics will judge. Fans will cheer. Rivals will scheme. And Mahyla? She will walk into that global arena not just as a contestant but as a symbol of resilience, of heritage, of the unbreakable spirit of Costa Rican women who have always known how to shine, even when the world wasn't watching. For now, she stands beneath the bright lights of victory, her crown gleaming, her future wide open. And whether she returns from Bangkok as Miss Universe or not, one thing is certain: Mahyla Roth has already won something far greater, the hearts of her people, and a legacy of inspiration for generations to come. Thank you for watching this sensational story of Mahyla Roth, Costa Rica's newest queen with a heart of gold. I am your host Hamza Sabir, and you've been watching Mr. Darkman TV. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this incredible journey with those who believe that dreams, no matter how small they begin, can grow big enough to touch the universe.